Welcome to the Crypto Kingdom and Bitcoin Spike. This is London. I have to bring you guys some technicals, very important in terms of Bitcoin. Excuse me, 1 minute here. Let me set up the technicals. Now, guys, in terms of the overall pricing, we have some very interesting dynamics. Please pay attention. Guys, if you're watching for the first time, please hit the subscribe button. We'd appreciate that. Also, if you are a VIP member, shout out Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone else that is celebrating anything. It's a special time of the year. We're excited. I wanted to just bring you guys some solid technicals while it's Christmas Day, guys. I hope that you're doing well, your family is doing well. And yeah, I saw this pattern formation, and I just had to bring it to your attention. So as people come in the room, if you could shout out in the comments section, let me know how your trades are going. What are you guys focused on right now? Give me an update. I need to know where you guys are at, what you're doing. The DM, the restricted zone DM in the back is very exciting. Guys, we have very interesting chart right now laid out in terms of the entirety of Bitcoin. Let's take a look at it. You guys know the all-time high, 69,000. We've retraced about 38.2%, right to that Fibonacci. That 38.2% is the second level, right? That's the second level of Fibonacci down. The golden pocket is way down here, right? That's 61.8 to the 65th percentile. So in terms of this, let's look at this. Let's draw some conclusions here, or at least, yeah, let's develop a strategy for Bitcoin, currently priced at 50,326. Okay, let's dig into this. Going to be a very interesting stream real quickly, guys. The good news is, I think I have some good news in terms of the entirety of this move preceding. Let's look at this. Now, there's somewhat of a cup and handle feature here. You can see a bottom, at least a cup, or I would say an extended saucer formation. They would just call it a rounding, but definitely like a triple bottom. Okay, I'm looking at the cup and handle feature. I measured this out, and yes, on the candle wicks, this preceding zone, and you guys know this preceding retracement after we just skyrocketed to the upside, right? Huge, guys, from the low of 29,000. About 750, bam, huge move to the upside. Let's just cover that in terms of what the overall returns were there. 80% move, huge. We caught that in the back. 29,750 was a small ascending triangle, okay? So in terms of this move, I want to compare this specific move up and out to exactly where we are right now, up and out. I would like to see that repeat to the upside. I think it could be a key indicator. As we look at technical analysis, we're always trying to look at previous pricing history, previous pricing behavior. Right? We want to apply it to the current circumstance and project in the future what's going to happen. Essentially, we're going to look and learn from the pricing and use all the technical elements as well, certainly. So as we would look at this, we have a very similar, I mean, you guys can't deny that. It's just right on. If you guys have made this conclusion on your own and done the TA, I'm very impressed, guys. It's a nice diagnostic that we have right now. We know that the preceding level here at the current pricing is acting as a resistance. This preceding level is acting as resistance. Incidentally, let's dig in to the downward price action that we had earlier on today. What was that? Yesterday, and yesterday's trading day, and we're down, just looking like we're working a little lower pricing there. But in terms of that dig down, guys, what was that, right? A lot of people are like, it's crashing, it's coming down. Well, what it was exactly, if you go to the candle wicks, I always draw, VIP, you guys know we always draw our support lines to the candle wicks. Absolutely, right? We say buy on support, sell at resistance, and trade your patterns. Real easy stuff, right? In terms of that. So, hey, Tommy out in Netherlands, how you doing? Happy holiday. Want to say that. And Hitman, what's up? Hitman, haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, Hitman? Nice to have you in the group. Hitman, old school VIP. We're missing you, brother. I hope everything is really good. Hitman can fight. Like that guy. He's a good guy. We miss you, brother. Hope all is well. Happy holidays to all of you. As we look at this pour down, okay, and it was a pour down, but guys, it was a pick up previously in yesterday's price action. Right now, we're getting some negative price action. Looks like it's hitting that right now as we speak. Convenient timing, huh? So as we would talk about this is the way to draw these trend lines, guys. This is the way the market is operating right now in terms of a preceding wick. I'm on the 1 hourly chart right now. Preceding wick, bam. Preceding wick, bam. So we established that trend line earlier. We're hitting it again, but this, guys, the 1-2 punch into the third line here, this third level, essentially, guys, establishing the support. Connect at least 2 lines, right? Real easy in terms of a trend line. That's the bottom line support that it's been respecting thus far, right? So in terms of that, we're trying to climb up and above these exponential moving averages. That's indicated by these blue wavy lines behind, okay? I have an interesting component or two to talk about in addition to those exponential moving averages. We're trying to maintain price action up and above those lines. We need to go essentially green. Okay, I say that we would be going green, but when you look at that specific pour down earlier today and the one today, it's essentially indicating that buyers are parked right here. I'm just going to tell you right now, buyers are parked below. We are parked on the support line indicated by those wicks. You see the wick here, right? Bam, bam. So that was the pour down earlier. Okay, that was the pour down. Now, it looks like we're breaching. It looks like buyers have gone below that support line. Okay, but previously, let me just talk about this. That support line literally gave a nice 1.35% if people entered on leverage, etc. for a quick flash trade. That was a big pickup area. It looks like we're having some negative pricing right now. Let's dig into this and see kind of what our Fibonacci levels are. Let's go to the preceding zone real quickly while we're doing this. Let's go into, I'm going to go to the line just so you guys can see the technique in terms of the Fibonacci's. Let's go to the line chart. I want to draw up my Fibonacci's from the breakout of the previous session. Bam, draw it to the top, okay? Looks like we're coming into contact with this intermittent golden pocket right now. You guys know the first level is the 23.6. Let's zoom in here as we get some price action. The 23.6 is the top level of the Fibonacci. You copy that, guys. 38.2 is the next level. Let's go ahead and take away this trend line. Let's just watch. This is how people will approach trading, guys. They will scale in. They will compound down. As the price goes lower, they will increase their position at a multiple level. That is a technique. I'll say I know some big heavy hitters, guys. And in terms of the maximized strategy of people who are, I say seriously, like institutionally invested in Bitcoin, they're quote unquote prepared to double down at lower levels. That is their approach. That is their strategy. Okay, so that's just what that's what I bring to you. I think it makes a lot of sense to always cover your upside position with a compound or multiple at a lower level. Now you say, well, I'm so lightly exposed at the top. Well, you can do. There's a few things you can do, guys. If you choose to go heavier on breakout trades, right? We had a nice bull flag that we brought to your attention, right? Absolutely. So in terms of that, in terms of like a breakout trade on a bull flag, if you choose to go heavier, great. But if you're just holding position, if you're just holding, right, it makes sense to have orders waiting at lower levels. Right now, the people with orders waiting at lower levels are accumulating at a compound, essentially a compound, at a compound rate, I would say, as it were to continue downward. This is a big move down for Bitcoin. Now, no one wanted to necessarily see this. Let's see, a lot of times it will do this, and guys, it likes to snap back up once it gets these orders, but it is a pretty big, I'd say it's a pretty big failure here. Let's go ahead and look at the chart pattern that we had, and the chart pattern was difficult. It kept pushing. You guys know that. It kept pushing, right? What did we have? It looked like we had a bit of a, this will be interesting to test this function live, right? We had a little bit of a falling wedge in action. So essentially, I'll just tell you, and this may be dangerous to do live, guys, but I will tell you, since we've confirmed off the bottom side of the wedge, it may be a little bit dangerous to do this live, but I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway. I just say, and we can say that it doesn't have to apply here. Let's say that, because we have tested a few in the back, and surprisingly, yesterday, 1 out of like 100 didn't do it. Now, in terms of this, and I think it may have to do with the size or the macro, this is on the hourly. A lot of times when you see a falling wedge, just be prepared for the fact that it may kick back up into this wedge, okay? It may kick back up into the wedge. They like to do that. I'm going to put a statistic on it of 50-50 right now, because I literally have traded a lot on my own, guys, individually, and when I've seen the individual results in front of my computer while I'm trading, it's been like 100%, but thereafter, I brought one to the VIP yesterday. I'm like, this has worked like 100% of the time. I brought one to them and it didn't work, and I'm like, of course, the one time I bring it, right? I don't know who was in the room. Maybe someone decided just to dump on the whole idea. Who knows? But in terms of the technicals, I always want to bring you guys a little bit of strategy. Let's watch this one and see if this return to function will comport here, that we would want to recapture, and this is a really good strategy for you guys to keep in mind as you work to hit your Fibonacci's, etc. Can Bitcoin recapture the falling wedge? Okay, that's a strategy that some people will use. Don't be overexposed in terms of hammering into something while it is coming down, but let's just look at it in terms of, yeah, we came right straight down to, right, just target, action, bam. Guys, hit shout out in the comment section. Let me know who's here. I really appreciated the Hitman saying, happy birthday and Merry Christmas. How about that? Very nice. And Tommy, nice to have you from the Netherlands. What's going on? I hope it's nice in the Netherlands right now. I hope you're experiencing nice weather, everything, good family. I hope everything's great. in terms of this, you see just the exact perfect contact with our strategy in terms of the golden pocket. Now, it can be adjusted to the top line of the wicks. My favorite is to draw on the lines and also from the point of breakout. So on the lines in terms of drawing the Fibonacci's. But we've been doing both. I'll just tell you, we've been doing both. The key feature is to definitely set up the Fibonacci's. It feels like pro style because the pros out there may be using it, right, in terms of it. And we would definitely want to push this. Now I go to the candle wicks, to remind self, we definitely want to push this wedge further down. I did that earlier. I'm glad that I just caught that. Talking about the Fibonacci's, absolutely. Because, I did this earlier. So glad I did that right now, thankfully. And always do that. That's as we get into it, there's been a big crux this year in terms of from the line to the candle wicks. Right now, the market is really finicky, guys. It's really particular. If you've noticed that, if you're trading, if you're day trading, guys, you have to have noticed each and every single line of resistance, every single on the line and the different time frame and the wicks, and it is literally a different ball game. I don't know what exactly is going on. We haven't had this tight of a market in a while. I just have to say that in terms of the lines of resistance, each and every time frame, and you guys know as you turn time frames over, like let's talk about. Like the 5 minutes, I'm just noticing as I trade, each and every particular line is wanting to be connected in terms of what's the maximum or the minimum in terms of the resistance or the support. It's just like that. It's just really gotten to a point where it's like it's overbearing a little bit if you're trading, and I know a lot of you guys trade, so that's what I would say. Definitely just a little bit overbearing from a trader's perspective. It's just a tight market, and it's just it's technically it seems technically frustrated or over. I don't know, maybe a bit, I don't know, a little bit too wound up technically in terms of each and every time frame on some of these coins, guys, Bitcoin, etc. Each and every time frame, we're finding different lines of resistance, different lines of, variabilities on the lines, I understand, but variabilities on the candles on different time frames, I found that on Binance charts. I'm like, what? Why would you have a variability on a wick on a different time frame? You just wouldn't. If you guys trade it or not, and you understand what a wick is, it's the maximum price that something goes to on a specific time frame. So it's going to be the same on every time frame. So if CZ is out there and his Binance crew or trading view, whoever, you should have the same wicks on every time frame. Literally, it should be the same price was achieved on every time frame. So I've seen things like that recently in the market. Some of the technicals I've been looking at, like, are you serious? I mean, some things are literally just technically inaccurate. I'll just tell you that as a matter of absolute fact. So from this larger wedge, we are seeing an attempt here at the recapture function. Glad I went to, and pardon me for that, guys. Glad I went to, but it's the nature of the market right now. Normally, we wouldn't always have to do that, and that it brings to question. Like, what is the proper falling wedge right now? The market's just in an absolute state of contradiction. I'll tell you, I've been trading a lot. I've been trading quite a bit, guys, and we've been. It's been good. It's been a good year thus far, absolutely. And here recently, it's been a lot of fun and very good as well. So, looking forward to additional profits. This is going to be something that we're going to want to recapture back into the wedge, as noted. Glad to see that function work right now in terms of the wedge, falling wedge, and the return to function. So that is occurring right now. Now, to the extent that I've seen this occur, I can say with I would say the caution I would yield here in terms of the recapture, the likelihood of a price action and dump below this line of support is that the recapture into the area does not guarantee, please listen, does not guarantee a breakout over the line of resistance. Okay, the fact that you would pour down into or out of, let's talk about this, out of a line of support in a falling wedge, the probability is that you would recover it. Now, not all the time, guys, not all the time. Always make sure you're not overexposed and that you don't count on anything 100%. Absolutely. But we're seeing this live right now. It's nice to see that because I've seen that. As I've traded, and I just tell you, like, time after time after time, I have seen these recaptures. It's a nice technique if you guys are trading. It's probably a small crowd right now listening. Just keep this in mind. It's like, well, I'm looking for a good trade. What can I do? Well, okay, we have a breakdown from a falling wedge on a larger time frame. Is nice. Smaller time frame, I've seen it work as well. Maybe you're scaling in, maybe you have your own approach in terms of your Fibonacci's on a more of a minute move. You might have, we've gone through specific levels or custom Fibonacci's before. Right, we've done that. In terms of some people will get super aggressive on Fibonacci's. Right, when I go through a core, essentially when I go through kind of a core acquisition, deep acquisition level. Let me go back through here. Let me see if I can pick up the. Here we go, aggressive. Let me find these. I think you guys will like these deep discounts. If I can find, where's the deep discount here? Deep discount, and let me try and redraw and see if it'll give it to me here. Not there. What are we going to do? It's supposed to give it to me. I haven't used these in a while, but I want to show them to you. Let's see, core acquisition. Let's see what we have in terms of the, let me pull this up here so you guys can see while the price action is developing. You can establish your own templates. You guys know that. Core, value, deep value, 1 through 10. Okay, that should give it to me. If not, there we go. Now, this is what we used on Luna. Okay, this is what I used on Luna. I've specified a pricing target just so you guys know, and I've customized this literally to where every 10% interval is an acquisition level. So at Luna, you wonder, like, how did we do on Luna? What did we do on Luna? Greetings to you, London. Hey, James Bond in the house. James Bond is back. James, nice to have you back, James. How are you, brother? I have missed you. What is going on? What a great deal to see James Bond in the crowd. James definitely knows about the and happy Merry Christmas, happy everything, guys. I have to say to James Bond, he is an old friend. So great to have you in the crowd, James. So great. I hope everything is good in Australia. In the outback, absolutely. Hope Santa Claus was good to you and the family. Great to have you. Great to have you, James. Missed you a bunch in terms of this. So glad you're back, huh? So glad you're back, mate. How great. So in terms of talking about deep core acquisition, I'm discussing if you ever wanted to be more aggressive in terms of your pricing targets, setting up those limit orders. It takes 2 minutes, guys. It takes 2 minutes, and it's just a guarantee, not a guarantee, but guys, if you do it appropriately, you're going to ensure you're not overexposed. Always doubling and tripling down at lower levels. Absolutely. So in terms of this, we also use this at the bottom of Luna. Okay, Luna, the core acquisition price down there was, what was it, $4.60? It's like $100 now. So yeah, we had quite a bit of success. James was around for a lot of the retracements, so yeah, that's nice. And he was also around for Matic, so I get it. James has showed back up for Matic. I got it, James. What's up? What's going on, James? Yeah, love you too, brother. Love you too. So glad to have you here. I hope you're trading Matic. If you still have Matic, hey, if you held Matic from then till now, I am super impressed. But I wouldn't be surprised if you traded. Absolutely, James is a good old friend. Absolutely, missed the interaction without a doubt. James, I got to invite you to. I know you know about VIP and everything else, but let me go to Twitter real quickly. This is for James. You guys, I don't know. James hasn't been around in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and say, James, we got the back rooms. They're really set up. They're doing well. We got hot coins, good stuff going on. We would love to have you in the back. For instance, going through potential breakout trades. This one was on, what was this? Oasis Foundation. This was on Rose. There we go. Rose was a nice move. We caught that bull flag in the back. Hey, what's up? Nice, huh? We did. We caught that bull flag in the back. Nice to see that, huh? Always trying to bring the VIP the best I can in terms of the technicals. Absolutely, huh? So, yeah, let's go to that real quickly. And we're all about new technology. We're all about finding the next big runner, etc. And it was just, yeah, that was a nice move to the upside. I think we updated on that as well. But yeah, that bull flag, because I know it shot up about, what was it, about 10% today, guys? And I'm like, did we cover that? So yes, we did cover that. Nice to see that. This is not the only, this is not the only bull flag. Let's talk about the market in general right now. I know Matic is real hot. A lot of different coins are being discussed right now in terms of their potential to the upside. You're looking for profits. I know that. In terms of Rose, this is not the only coin that is frustrated in this fashion, guys. I think that Sand also did the same. Sand had a great Sandbox. We love the project, right? Nice bull flag here on Rose. They're frustrated, okay? We're seeing the same on Sand. I'm seeing this dynamic play out just so that you know in terms of a frustration. Bull flag, from bottom to top, 16% from the breakout. Let's just look at it. But you're having, the buyers are just reticent to really push these up to the next level. They're stopping at a secondary formation herein. The problem with that is what, guys? Let's pay attention to the technicals, irrespective of this project that I'm looking at. The problem with that is when you start to develop another pattern in here, all the traders start to say, look at what we have. We're going to have a rising wedge. We don't want a rising wedge, right? So that's a bearish pattern. So when we stutter step, when we fail to complete the entirety of this move to the upside, guys, when we fail to do that, essentially we're parking ourselves in a bearish pattern. So It's just an inability of the buyers to push the price action to the upside, right? So that is bearish in and of itself to an extent, right? But the bulls are still there. It's a quick transition, right, from the bull flag to to a bearish indicator. So what would we say? That was a big pour. Let's just look at Rose real quickly. Big pour down, big recoupment. What would you say? Yeah, it's on the 30-minute. It's still in the process, but you guys know right now, right? What's going to be the problem? Well, if you do formulate on this or anything else, I think Sandbox is currently in this. I think Sand is actually maybe up and down. We'll check that in a minute. I need an update on Sand. I need to give an update on Sand. Sandbox is a great project. We really like it. Snoop Dogg is inside the Sandbox. So in terms of this, literally he's in there as one of the characters. Pretty cool. So, in looking at this, you can see what the problem here is that we're going to formulate this form of a structure. Now, this level may also play, right? It may also continue to formulate. So, we saw a big pickup here. Bam. Let's go back to Bitcoin, see what, and I was just happy about that in terms of Rose. Yeah, there we go. Let's look at this recovery in terms of Bitcoin. Absolutely. So, we have recovered back into the wedge, okay? That kind of that theorem has worked out, hasn't it? Yeah. So, what happened here with Bitcoin? I want to explain it so that it's not just, well, something happened with the coin. We don't know what's going on, right? No, we need to know. Thanks for the compliment, James. I appreciate that. In terms of what just happened on Bitcoin, okay? You guys know because we just went through the technicals. Let's review it real quickly, okay? First of all, the pour down yesterday. What was the cause of the pour down yesterday, okay? Essentially, we're gonna say the cause. Essentially what occurred. Let's talk about essentially what occurred. Now, in terms of line of support, you understand the maxim is easy, guys. Buy at support, sell at resistance, right? Book your trades and trade your patterns, right? It's just really easy in terms of that. And it's just buy on support, sell at resistance, trade patterns, right? Trade pattern breakouts. And always look for like cross resistance here on Bitcoin. That's how we started today, was looking for cross resistance. I want to review that for anyone who just showed up. In fact, before I get into the strategy in terms of what just occurred, we need to go through what just essentially why I brought this. Essentially why I brought the stream to your attention today. Let's go through on the 4 hourly. Let's talk about the 4 hourly real quickly before we get to I don't know, too impressed with the recovery. Let's talk about where we'd like to go ultimately. Where would we like to go? 58,150. That's where we'd like to go, to $58,000, about 60, almost 58,000, the high 58,000 in Bitcoin. How would we get there? Well, let me show this to you again, just for anyone. It'll be a good review. Let's just review this again. We may find some other technicals while we are enjoying this little journey in terms of the price action. Let's go to the hourly. I think the hourly is the one. That's the one. Okay. Now, note on the 4 hourly. This is a big issue right now. The 4 hourly shows us sloped downward on this level. Do you see that? And the hourly is going to show us flat. This has just been an absolute, guys, it's been a technical journey and a challenge trying to find the right time frame recently. It's been a lot, guys. I have to tell you, it hasn't been this technically frustrated or complicated in a while. I just tell you. So in terms of this preceding formation, and let's go to the daily so you can see where that is laid out on the daily, okay? That first interval, let me just go ahead and label this as 1, okay? We're going to label that as 1. We're going to label this as 2. There we go. Now we have the kind of a first interval and a second repeat attempted interval here, okay? You'll see the lines on the daily definitely below. Still in par, though. I think that's a strong deal. Let's see what we have here. Ryan from Wyoming. Hey, what's going on? Hey, let's see. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Ryan. Great VIP. So excited to have Ryan in the back, etc. Ryan, so great to see you. And maybe some old friends with absolutely with James, etc. Yeah, James, you make an appearance. We appreciate that. James Bond is in the house. Absolutely. We love it. All VIP are like, yeah, James, what's been going on? I know James likes to stay busy in the outback, right? If you see a picture of like, well, this is where I live. Yeah, it's like, he has like, mountains and the ocean and everything around him. It's like, why aren't you trading? It's like, well, he's got some good diversion going his way. He's probably got some good things to be doing, I'm sure, on a consistent basis. So this, back to the technicals on Bitcoin, around this preceding zone, and so I don't get distracted. I just saw Ryan in the house. I'm like, hey, you got to shout out to Ryan. What's up? So as we would look at this preceding formation after this liftoff journey from 29,750 up to about 53,000, then the retracement, right? That formulated a nice bull flag, okay? A little bit of an extended bull flag, but it was within the parameters, okay? And we talked about the formation of a bull flag in line with the expectations of December and January's price action. We did that while this was formulating, right? I mean, it's just built into the patterning of Bitcoin. Like strong move to the upside, we expect a bull flag, and we want the continuation movement, bam, to the upside, right? Strong move to the upside, just repeat, guys. Strong move to the upside, and we want what? A continuation move, bam, to the upside, right? So in terms of this specific area that I've labeled as 1, okay, I want you to just take a look at this in terms of that on the 1. So that's the context. That is that first retracement, the bottom of the bull flag, essentially, that the preceding zone that we marched up to 69, our all-time high. Now, in terms of that, we see this curvature formation. I'd say a cup and handle. It's got 2 handles on either side, but it is a curvature formation. That the good thing about this, and the reason I wanted to bring it to everyone's attention, when we broke up out of this, if like right now you're saying, well, I don't want to scale in, I'll have too light of a position, I'd rather do a breakout trade, I don't like the pattern formation right now, what do I do, London? Like, what do we do? I would say this is a good approach that I really like right now, because based upon the technicals, the preceding technicals in this area, if you look at it on the hourly, when we broke out of this feature, look at the carving in that we started to do. Boom, 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 all the way up, right? So that gave us time. That's the one thing that gave us time. What I'm talking about, guys, that gave us days. Okay, 17 hours, 1 day, 2. Okay, yeah, okay. So I would hope that this would be the same, because that's one of the key features of our trading. It's like, when should I get in? I'm going to miss it. On the preceding level, when we broke out of this right here, it gives us a lot of time and a little bit of comfort and ability to relax right now. Right, because in the preceding zone, it's almost a complete mirrored. It's very close, guys. Very close. We don't have the left handle, to tell you the truth, right? We may be forming the right handle here, but we have this curvature formation, essentially an attempt at a bottoming formation here. And we have a strong bottoming formation on the left side. We still have that same, kind of this same curvature formation, right? The same, I'm just going to say bottoming formation, either a seller climax or a triple bottom, almost a quadruple bottom on that side. This, essentially, we're hoping on that 200, okay, that is the 200 moving average, the green line. We're hoping that achieves a seller climax. We're hoping that that is going to be the route up and above. The target, again, 58,000, high 58,000s. And the key feature that I wanted to bring to you guys, because it is Christmas, right? And we're all trading crypto. We don't know what to do. We're trading crypto. It's like, when is it going to happen? Do I need to stay up late tonight? Are we going to trade? What are we going to do? You're looking for kind of a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit, I would say. So I wanted to bring this to you because it does look like on the preceding zone that we did carve in on the hourly for a period of day or 2 days. It's going to let us know. I really believe Bitcoin is going to let us know that it wants to go to 58,000. Okay, so that to me is exciting. When I saw this, I was like, that's okay, huh? I can deal with that. If it's going to let us know through a little bit of carve out action, and watch it. Now, if it just skyrockets to 58,000, hey, we're Bitcoin spike. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna definitely bring that to you, but you guys know, either in the back or whatnot, I've been pretty good in terms of finding the spikes. We found this bull flag here, right? Absolutely, we did. Giving it a little bit of space within that reason, but we saw, it's been okay. So I just want to find the spike. I'm geared like that. I always want to catch the spike. I know you guys do too. This is nice because if we could complete that 12% move above this line, guys, if you entered on leverage, etc., that's your goal. However you want to trade, that could be a huge trade. 12%, like bam, on like a 5x, like that'd be like 60%. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice trade. And we don't have to hunt and guess and maybe and not. I just think it's a nice approach. So as we would look into that, let's differentiate them to the extent that we can. The preceding zone here with some real heavy carving in here, right? Some just nice consolidation, drop bottoming formation, consolidation in a bearish pattern. That's what's kind of interesting. Bearish or bullish, you're going to find differentiating between like if you get detailed, guys, between the international technical divisions that study this stuff, you're going to find some differentiation. Is this bearish or bullish, right? If you got the momentum, it's going to be bullish. They don't normally tell you that in the study guides, but if you have the momentum, it's going to be bullish, right? Real easy. Huh? That's always the caveat. Like if it has momentum, of course it's going to be bullish. But if buyers are stepping in, what we're seeing is the fact that buyers may not be stepping in right now. So it is applicable to the current situation right now on the 50. No, not the 50. Let's see. Where is that? Where did my bands go? Hold on. I need to find my bands on the daily. Let's look at the bands. This is the key feature. I was just thinking of moving averages. I was working with moving averages. I got 2 screens up here right now. In terms of this, what does this mean right now? You guys know that I've been trying to get us above It's just next on my list to talk about. I'm trying to get us in the green. You guys know the chop zone, absolutely. The chop, real easy. Chop zone. I always turn this. It comes naturally, guys. It comes blue like this. I turn it green because the green, bam, bam. That's where the money's at, okay? So I want to turn this green when I turn my chop zone on, right? Absolutely. So that green's going to be a good indicator of positive price action. I was hoping that we'd be there, right? We're not there yet. We're in kind of this mid-level transitory phase right now with the price action today. Thus far, we're going back in the red. Thus far, okay? So we're going to be looking at that. That green is kind of the safety zone for me. That's what I want to really achieve my exposure in the market. It's got a higher level of success and probability in terms of booking your trades, just so you know. It takes a little bit more patience. If you guys are day trading, I understand you got to trade, right? That's why you're in the market. I understand that, guys. But that green zone is going to be a real strong indicator. As you look throughout the entirety of the year, look at all the green and all the price action, all the green. Real nice, huh? So here, all the green. Boom, boom. Green, boom. And there's no genie in the bottle. You guys know that, right? Chop it daily, then green. Green is bullish. Yes, green bullish, but you have to double-click your chop. Double-click it. Change the color of the top. It'll say chop zone, C-H-O-P. Change the color to green. I like to do that. I like to say, hey, we've gone green on Bitcoin, right? So let's look at the current price action. Let's see if we can establish some sort down. Let's see, 7.74% to about 50,000. We're challenging that $50,000 line right now. Let's go into the 5-minute. I think that was good. Let's talk about this wedge. Looks like this falling wedge is having some problems. We did recoup in line with the return to function, right? We did. Let's go to the actual candle wicks. Looks like most things are working on the candle wicks right now. So we did traject back up into the zone. After we poured down, it looks like we're having trouble holding this level. Not exactly what we'd like to see right now, but it was good to go over some of the limitations of this return to function. Not guaranteed really to go through. Based upon my research, guys, based upon my trading, I see these for the majority of the time. When we have this falling wedge, yes, it's going to want to traject back up into it. No guarantee you're going to be up and out of it. By design, bullish by design, guys. Absolutely. Very bullish by design. This is a continuation pattern. It's supposed to continue to the upside. That's what we would expect, right? But looks like the buyers are having trouble holding that level. Let's go through the details one more time in terms of exactly what did occur. Let's talk about exactly what happened so that you guys aren't left in the dark at all when anyone else says, oh, well, Bitcoin's dumping. Well, what happened? Let's talk about who made money. That's fine if everyone wants to get sensational about it. I want to know who made money and how, right? Let's dig into this. Now, preceding zone, how do we draw our Fibonacci's? Always, we establish the preceding breakout of the pattern before us. That's essentially the definition of the beginning of the trend. Bam, to the upside, right? So in terms of this functioning here, we're going to draw on I'd prefer to draw it on the hourly, to tell you the truth. Let me click these back to default. Was going through some, let's see, apply default. There we go. In terms of this, let's look at the golden pocket. Let's do this in the context of the hourly. I think would be nice. Let's do this on the hourly. All right, let's get into there we go. Very nice demonstration. And there's a little bit of a differentiation. Some people will want to draw to the candle wicks. We do it sometimes. All right, we do it sometimes. You're covered here. It doesn't come. It just does not come built in with the 65th percentile, which is just incredible. 65. Let me just do the 0.65. I have my golden pocket template there, but there we go. Now you can see clearly what has happened. What has happened, let me make these see-through just a bit so you guys can relax on the screen. It's a little bit less intensive with all the colors on it. So, or more intense with all those colors on it. So in terms of this, with our Fibonacci drawn where, and I want you guys to be able to replicate this at your trade stations, guys. Okay, as we look at the breakout of the previous zone, this is the initiation of your Fibonacci to the top. We draw always from the bottom to the top, okay? Then we see retracement of 23%, retracement of 38.2%, retracement of the 50 should be in there. I guess I unclicked that accidentally. That's okay. That's 61.8. Let me add back that 50 real quickly. Just do know that these are definitely variable. You can you change these guys. You don't have to, but if you have a reason to, absolutely. When we do those core acquisitions, etc., they can be very useful. They were very useful on Luna. $4.60. That was my target it got hit. I'll just tell you that. It got hit. $4.60. It's currently up around $100. So huge returns on Luna. Who would have known, huh? Who would have known? So as we would look at this, the pour down, first of all, the pour down yesterday was down to that level of support. You guys see that on the candle wicks. That's the way the market's operating right now. Maybe not all the time. We have to be fluid and adjust a bit. But from this original pivot, or this original candle wick, guys, to the next candle wick, essentially across, and yes, we picked up at that level. Yeah, small variation, right? So, but you can even see there, buyers being a little reticent to even meet that specified level. They're digging down even a little further, right? So that was the pickup previously. We tried to hold that level, and I'd say if we went ahead and used this specific kind of the extended or the push line of support, right? Okay, we tried to use that level again as the catch today, but the pour down yesterday, that's what occurred. The pour down today came down to what? To our golden pocket, right? To the 61.8, 65th percentile retracement. Real easy, right? You guys, everyone in the VIP, we know that. But just so we cover it, what's going on technically, and how are people making money? How are they booking trades or accumulating? And you may choose either of the two. But if you're looking to book trades, everyone else wants to get sensational about this and that. We want to hammer through trades, right? We want to get we want to know exactly what is the strategy for booking trades, for establishing your kind of micro pricing levels, etc. You guys know the 78.6. You guys know in addition to that, what's our custom level? The 86.86. Absolutely, right? So we have another level in here. Just some differential, I'd say some different features that we want to bring to your attention to always keep you at the top of the market. So as we were bringing, very interesting, because as I was bringing something to kind of calm the market down, relax everybody. It was going to be Christmas, no problem, right? Because I'm thinking, well, this would be good because everyone will know when they should get, potentially like enter into Bitcoin, because some of you may have been waiting. If you have a position, congratulations. It's been a nice profit move here from the lower levels. This bull flag was a nice bull flag to trade. If you guys traded that, brought you guys an alert emergency video. But as we would look at this, I'm really looking at this feature here. I like the comparability between this level here and this level here. I just like it. I don't know. It tells me there's maybe a higher degree of certainty were we to traject, pardon me, guys, up and above this specific line of resistance. Bam, bam, and it carves in for a while. Gives us a few hours to dig in. If you're just tuning in, guys, hit me up in the comments. I want to know who's in the room. I want to say happy Merry Christmas to you. Everything else, guys, whatever religion you may be or whatever your holiday you're celebrating, I'd like to know. I think it's a good time to do that. So, yeah, as I'm bringing a short stream about, well, we can relax a little bit. Yeah, we can, this is going to be when we, that was going to be the deal. If and when, we'll say if and when we do, essentially a higher level of certainty based upon the technicals, just based upon the technicals, the preceding zone and the level of conformance between the two just really can't be denied. And guys, if you're watching this on your cell phone, I really recommend you put this on a big screen TV. It's a lot easier. We all have the big screen TVs. They're all smart connected. It's just a lot easier to see your technicals on a big screen TV. So this preceding zone gave us time after the breakout up here. Much higher probability trade. I would say, technically speaking, again, looking at the past, the price, the past or previous pricing behavior, okay, kind of this zone 1, right? Bam. And applying it to zone 2. Okay, this is like zone 2 in terms of pricing right now. So that's the key feature I wanted to kind of communicate today. I wanted to let you guys know. And what do we have here? There he is. Nice to see you, Emprise. What's going on? Nice to see you, brother. Merry Christmas to you. Very, very Merry Christmas. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to have you in the audience. I'm just reviewing kind of Sector 1 here, Sector 2, needing to get up and above this zone to stack on top, right? Cup and handle feature, etc. Just a bottoming formation with an expectation to the upside. I'd like to see this repeat to 58,000. Almost said 68,000. That'd be nice as well. But to 58,000, absolutely. That would be indicated if we can get up and above this area. So therein we do have a line of resistance. Okay, we will note a line of resistance just so we can go ahead and calculate this. We'll need to surpass this specific line of resistance, which we haven't covered yet, and we do need to. But that specific line of resistance is going to be a little bit heavy as well. So we're going to need, that's going to be kind of step 1, I'd say up and above here. Step 2, we're really free and clear. There's nothing really impeding us. Let's see the third, no. If we can get up above this line, up above, if I want to be really, really generous with it, like overly generous with it, If Bitcoin gets over 55,000, there's nothing really holding you back other than cross-line resistance, or I'd say previous intermittent resistance. Okay, so that's going to be a key feature. So do watch yourselves. Don't, and I'm glad I'm having this discussion, because as it begins to run, this can be a line of resistance. It's the previous channel that was failed, right? That was this pattern that was failed. We caught that. So glad. I wasn't happy about it. You guys know I did the video. I'm like, I don't want to do this video. I literally I was putting Elliott Wave International on the spot. I was like, if you guys are wrong, we're going to contact you on this one. Literally, you guys know that if you watch the video. And then what happened? Just I'm like, well, I guess they were right, huh? So I guess they guessed they were right too, huh? When they published it and put it in the Library of Congress. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, you had to put it in the Library of Congress? Like, whatever. Okay. But it was pretty interesting, huh? So that was a big one we caught. I wasn't happy about it. But before it poured down, I wasn't happy about it. Like, you're telling us this is bearish. Like, you better, if you're not right, we're VIP. We're going to, I don't know, we're going to contact you something. We're going to have to ask you questions, right? But that was a big pour down. Let's look at that. Big pour down. 18, almost 20%, right? I think actually, no. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, everyone's like, yeah, hold on. On the candle wicks, 27%. Ouch. 27%. Ouch. So yeah, Elliott Wave was right. Huh? I'm glad I did that video, even though I wasn't happy about it, because I don't like to bring anything that's not, I don't want to be sensational, but I like to accommodate like a bullish push. We're going to get it, and then boom, like that's a big drop, man. Wow, that was a big drop, and Bitcoin's known for doing that. Okay, so to the extent that we have kind of filtered out, okay, we talked a little bit. Nice to see some familiar faces. Merry Christmas. You guys understand the strategy right now. Let's get up and above this specific line. I like the specific, guys, it's just a great technical comparison. I think you guys will agree. Yeah, I think it's what we need to be looking at right now. As we look at it, it's what we need to be looking at in terms of the technical components right now. There's some other features in here. I'll go over it in the back with the VIP. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You guys have pricing levels here. The next strategy, I would say the next level to go down to would be, something like this from the bottom line formation if you want additional trades, right? And in terms of so this is my key zone right here. Why don't I go ahead and draw this like this so we know what's going on. Let me get my polyline together, and I'm going to draw this as the key feature here for me. I want to get Bitcoin up and above this. All right? That's what I want to occur. We'll talk about this when we get close to that, okay? I want to get Bitcoin up and above that, and I want to help identify some hot coins in the meantime. I want to get you guys some really screaming coins. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Some maybe new plays, some maybe some new players in the market, etc. Like Gala, brought you guys Gala the first day, etc. That's been a real big winner. Like Axie Infinity brought the first bull flag on that. I want to dig in, and I'll probably spend a few hours tonight doing that. While Bitcoin is pushing down a little bit, it's down 1.18%. This can be a little frustrating. Can be a little bit like, well, we just lost money. Well, we just lost a trade. Guys, it's okay. It's the market. If the market moves against you, some people are short, right? You can trade those on BTC 3 or 5S. Trades just like a coin if you want to see it go. I'll warn you, it's going to have to really go. Not just a small move. You're going to get out. A short or a long really needs to go short. Like on a short or really go low. On a long, it really needs to go high. Just be prepared in terms of your liquidity, etc., your positioning. Just be prepared for that, guys. So as we look at the major moving coins right now, let's see what is in the green. Barely anything. IoTech, shout out to AJ Crypto. AJ knew it on IoTech. Good job. Phantom's barely in the green. Sand, slightly. Theta still doing decently, trying to recover. It hasn't had much price action. C98 Ali, but it's a red day thus far. Let's be prepared for this in terms of your overall functioning here in the market. Value is at lower levels, right? Absolutely. That's why we appreciate lower levels for value, right? So with the resistance above kicking into this degree, I would say, guys, that I would really be looking at some levels like this. I'm just going to say, all right? I wouldn't, I don't think that you're going to lose too much. If you want to be more aggressive, then, hey, step them up into this level that we talked about earlier. Otherwise, I think you'll be able to achieve, in addition, you can do a combo if you'd like to, but I'd like to see, maybe a little bit of an understanding that this is our range right now. until we really have an established bullish pattern here. And you guys know we did find that bull flag, right, with that video, alert video, right? I had to get it to you guys quickly. I was like, I just had to put it in the title, this and that. It's like, bull flag, bull flag. So glad we caught that. But while we see this pattern play out, while we see the range continue to develop a bit, don't be afraid of the market at all. Go book your trades. You guys have the strategy, everything else. A lot of you guys are great traders. I'm really excited. I have to say on Christmas, thank you guys. Honestly, thank you guys, because just knowing a lot of you, being around a lot of you, you're good, well-intentioned people. Overall, you're classy individuals. You have skills, right? In life, you have skills, and I appreciate that. And in trading, you guys have a lot of technical skills. So I'm just really feel fortunate to have. I know this is the #1 group, and we see some old familiar faces, etc. And I just really appreciate you guys being here. I just thank you so much. So, as we would look at the, and thank you guys for being VIP. I appreciate that. It speaks volumes. It really does as we do that. Yeah, and, there's my man. There's Freddie in the house. There he is. Absolutely. Reason for the season. What's up, brother? How you doing? We got Freddie in the house. Did you just tune in, Freddie? I don't know if you did or not. Just streaming, talking about the comparable. I can go through the comparable if you want me to. Zone 1, right? Park that right on top. Zone 2, park that right on top. Nice entries, huh? I see those as nice entries. After the bull flag, boom, yeah, nice entry. Nice comparatives right here. Nice Fibonacci's right here. So we like when the price is screaming to the upside. How do we get there? Well, we get there pumped up. Hey, there he goes. Always pumped up, yeah? Love it, huh? Love it. As we look at this, the 2, right? We have the 1, 2, right? Can we give it the punch? Boom. Let's give it a little patience. Let's give this a little bit of time in terms of what Bitcoin wants to do. It's we can't never try. I always say, you just tuned in, Freddie. Oh no, Freddie, you just tuned in. That's okay. I know everybody's having time with family and everything else. What we're talking about is this first formation, second formation, right? Well laid out, right? In terms of this patterning. But nice bottoming formation here. A little bit less here. More of a rounding formation. We got into like 2 or 3 variable patterns. Descending triangle. Kind of it's the same thing here. Descending triangle. As you looked on the different, I can say it was a little bit more clear here. Just real etched in. Nice 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a quadruple bottom. That'll work, right? Nice huge move to the upside. So as we look at this, more of a rounding feature, right? Let's go to the daily chart real quickly. Let's see what we have on the daily chart. Real interesting in terms of the technicals. I find it real interesting. One thing I want to just express to all of you, please, never over-rely on any single technical indicator. Never. Guys, never use a buy-sell signal. Never use well, absolutely. The safest bet I can find, honestly, guys, is CHOP. That's the one that's the most secure, okay? The most secure that I can find, but it's still a component that needs to be used in the context of all of the indicators. In line with never like an all-in, that's it, this is the trade, that's going to be it, right? Hey, Mike is in the house as well. Merry Christmas. Nice to have you back, Mike. Nice to see you, brother. As we would look at this, we missed you, man. We missed you. As we would look at this, okay, the interesting thing that I find is like on a whole sweet indicator, HULL sweet indicator, it's a really nice indicator, guys. It's a nice... It's nice to use in conjunction. You see the green and the red in the background? Let me do this so you guys can really see what I'm talking about. I want to show this to you. It's a nice feature to have on your charts. Let me go to the band filler. Let me go to the green. You see the green pop up? Yeah, there you go. The green like that. On the way up, boom. It's a moving average. Okay, that's all the whole sweet indicator is, a moving average. You see the green there. Let me show you the red here. Look at the red. Boom. You see that? Aligned with the negative pricing. So the whole sweet indicator, HULL sweet indicator, is a nice feature to use on the larger time frames as well. Okay, I liked and I noted, right? I noted the fact, well, it looks like on the whole that we just started to turn green. That's an indication of the trend. So, but as right as we have started to turn green on the whole, it looks like, well, we just poured down. So if you would have seen that and said, well, no, this is it. This is my move of the last quarter of the year. Bam, I'm going in heavy. You just have to be careful. You always have to have a rounded strategy. Use all of your indicators. Go to the lower time frames. See what's happening on those lower time frames. Always be prepared to double or triple down, to compound your entry, guys. And you can do that through a host of different ways. We've discussed some additional ways to do that in the back. Would you have a spot position? Right? This is one way we've discussed. A little bit riskier, I'd say. A little bit riskier. First time seeing the hole. Good, Freddie. It's an interesting, it's well laid out. It looks nice. It gives you a little bit more expression than just the EMA bands. If we clear up the EMA bands, it's kind of nice. It's not bad, right? It gives it some flow. But it's nothing to be relied on completely. You'll see we went green here, and then we went red. Then we went green, so it can carry through much like I'd say the momentum on the MACD is nice. It's a momentum indicator. It's easy, right? So all in combination, all and not with too much clutter, but if you can synergize them, and the key to the synergy essentially, and I know when you're looking for longs or you're looking for shorts, you have to go directional. One of the keys to that, I have to tell you guys, and you know this, we don't want to admit it right now necessarily, but one of the keys to going long or short is a big pattern, right? It just is. One of the keys to going long or short is a big recognizable pattern, all right? If you know, like the larger the pattern, nice big bull flag, bam, big expectation in terms of pricing, right? This in here was a big falling wedge. Right? It just turned into a really kind of monster falling wedge. This is on the daily chart on Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a big falling wedge. And to the extent that this was really a larger falling wedge, would that really explain all this? Really, to the extent that this was a larger falling wedge, which we identified, right? It's like, yeah, that's a huge falling wedge, right? So maybe that does explain the huge kick up to 69,000. But the larger the feature in terms of the pricing, or in terms of the price, let's say the price line, the larger the patterning, typically the bigger the expectation of your move. So if you're looking for longs or shorts, if you're looking, well, I don't need it to just go up, like you want to go 3x, right? You need it to really go up, especially if you have some liquidity in the market. If you have a larger position, a decent position, or a smaller position, okay? Your spread, the difference between the bid and the ask, your order book, is going to require you to, if you buy a long, if you go 3x, it's going to really require you, right? It's going to really require you not to just go up, but to really go up to make money. So the trick, one of the tricks of that, guys, and it's just technical, I'd say one of the technical principles, I should say, is that the bigger the pattern formation, okay, the larger the expectation of the move, okay? We had that here as well, right? Huge, bull flag, right? Just in line with December, January, this area in here. But yeah, we had another bull flag in this area. Large pattern with a large expectation of move. With a large, essentially the expected move was going to be large because we had a large pattern. So that's what I would indicate to you, that if you're looking at going on 3x, 5x, etc., or more, but just pay attention to the size of the patterning. Okay, it's a key feature. We don't always remind ourselves of that, but okay, we need large patterns to trade, right? And we just do. That's what we're looking for now. So as we have some negative pricing here, value is at lower levels. Don't want to just say that necessarily, but we're down 0.93%. Doesn't look great. Never does it? No, it never does. But as it starts to do what it wants to do, we may get a little bit different of an idea in terms of people who are ready to pick up in this zone in terms of what the pricing behavior will be. It looks like we've fallen out of a bullish pattern in terms of any expectation of a bullish pattern. Let's dig into what we're probably going to form. Okay. Let's talk about this real quickly. Let me get into this, okay? We had arguably, and I went over this earlier. Thanks for your patience. I wanted to think back how I had done this earlier on. We had essentially an expanding wedge. I looked at this for a while and really tried to place what we were trying to formulate here. What was the problem here, right? This expanding wedge is by nature bearish, okay? They're bearish by design. They can, in a very strong market, they can be beat. I mean, it could just be absolutely, it could be, anything could be unstoppable at the right moment with the right amount of buyers, irrespective of the patterning. Typically, it's bearish, okay? I'll just let you know. Typically, it's bearish, okay? You guys, I think you know that. If you want to look that up or whatnot, we can just cover it like we did right now. So I'm going to just say, again, in terms of the pattern formation, can we dig down? It's just we're digging down a little bit too deeply right now. I'm just going to tell you that. In terms of the price structuring right now, We're digging down, and it seems like this is on the. Let's go to the hourly. Let's see what the hourly looks like. It looks like it's too deeply. Let's see. The good thing I'm going to say right now, if you just want to trade your patterns and you don't want to scale in and you want to maximize your position, you're like, well, I don't want to just double and compound down. I don't want, I don't want to flash trade. You want a big move? Well, I'm trying to, double my account. I'm trying to double my position. Whatever you're trying to do, wait for a pattern. Let's wait for a pattern. I think that's wait for the pattern, wait for the indicators, and in the meantime, let's get busy on the research. Let's get busy on the other coins. Let's get busy on what's going to be, because the market it's off, but everything's down 2%, 4%, 3%, 1%. Not bad. Not bad, right? It's not a real heavy day. Now, you don't want to get started. I say this, you don't want to necessarily get started with 3% down on one of your altcoins, and then you wind up and there you're down 30% if you're on leverage, etc. Particularly, right, if you're on don't go that direction, right? So we have the 1-2 comparison. We have the lift to the upside at the first level. That was beautiful, right? We'd like to see that here. It's a relatively large pattern, a little bit of an obstructive resistance across the top that differentiates this level a bit, right? We can talk about that in more detail. Assuming we can get through this resistance to the upside, guys, 58,000. So this is the pattern to focus on right now, in my opinion. Can we pick back up into this zone? Take the if out of it, to the extent that occurs, we have a proper way to treat this zone. The profit up to 58,000. And that'd be a nice move, right? Let's just go ahead and measure that. That'd be a nice move, let's say 10, 11%. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, go 5x on that. You got 50%. That's a nice move, or more, right? That'd be nice. So let's see what Bitcoin wants to do. I will be in the back with the DMVIP. If you guys are old VIP and you are, I don't know, guys. I'm going to say absolutely, we miss you guys. Huh? I have to just say we miss you guys. Huh? We like having you in the back, right? DM me on Twitter, huh? And if you and I got into an argument or something else and we didn't, I always tell people I get into an argument or not, I just don't have time to argue. We're all in the back. You guys know that. And we're just busy. I'm constantly working on the technicals. So if we got into it or something else, you got kicked out, who cares? DM me. Let's talk. Okay? Merry Christmas. I mean that too. Because a lot of times I'm so busy because I'm trying to get things together for the VIP and everything else, right? I'm so busy. I'm like, and I tell people, it must sound awful, like, I don't even have time to talk about this right now. It's just like zero discussion. It's because I'm trying to get the next good trade to the VIP. So, yeah, to the extent any of you are out there, you want to kick back in, DM me. Zero hard feelings. It's like a trade. The trade didn't go bad. Yeah, imagine we had a bad discussion on the internet. Oh, well, wow. Huh? I mean, just imagine we had a communication issue on text message, right? Like, we're used to that. We're grown-ups. So you guys DM me if you'd like to. I'd like to hear back from you because we miss you. We honestly do. And as we look at this, and not that we had any problems with really, I don't think anybody that popped up, but I just bring that up. Hey, VIP in the house. Freddie, what's up? What's up? Nice to see you in the chat. So let's look at this formation here. Let's go ahead and drill this out in terms of potentially what's getting broken right here. We'd like to maintain this. We did talk about, didn't we, huh? Previous stream, in fact, we did. I talked about the, what did we talk about? The rising wedge. Huh? We did. We talked about, let me go through this channel line formation here. Essentially the trend, this trend, what could have trajected us up and through. At times, you'll see, as you look back at things, this push, just at times. To where? To the first bull flag formation. Just tuck that in your memory banks. If this does or does not occur here, that's fine. As you're dealing with these trend line channels and you don't know where to initiate the trend, try right here. If you're struggling with your trend line, try at the first micro bull flag. Initiate it on the trend line. Try that as the start of your support. Start, okay? Not always. Sometimes you'll go down to kind of the root, the apex. A lot of times, if you guys look through your charts and you're struggling with, because on some of these, we have a lot of pattern formations, like did it cut like this and up and overextend? You can get into some variability on it, right? So always, we like the parallel function. We like the parallel nature, essentially achieving like, what I would call parity. But in this instance, it's a little bit frustrated. We have kind of a cut through on this level. I'd say we could do this. But then we have this indicated here, right? So I guess going to tuck under, this is what you get into. So I bring up the notion that you may start at the first bull flag, just so when you're drawing your trend lines, they're very subjective. You guys know that. They're very opinion dependent, right? So when you do that, there's no, you're not going to look at someone's trend line as long as they're connecting the support and resistance. Say that's absolutely incorrect. Sometimes it's going to be absolutely correct or incorrect, but other times it'll have a variable nature to it, as expressed by the variable nature of the lines of support, the push-throughs that you see, the recoveries. It's people respecting different trend lines. So explore that feature in terms of the first bull flag. I do that right now because that would be a catch here, indicated here, were it to want to catch right here, to explain why it might catch, in addition to a level of the Fibonacci it's on, right? And we see just a real nice line feature. This is what I brought to the VIP. Now I'll recall this into the equation, right? Yeah, we discussed this rising wedge here. Didn't want to be right, clearly, right? Unless you were shorting, right? In this zone. I brought you the rising wedge, all right, when we were in this zone. The most unpopular place, I say just it's always unpopular to say, hey, we may be in a position to short, right? Because people don't want to short. They want to go long, etc., right? So, but we did discuss this. We discussed the rising wedge nature here. So the push out and above, the strange patterning, etc., just kind of the frustrated event to get up and over in line with that previous zone here to replicate this move. We did it with a rising wedge. Difference on one, what happened? On one, blast off, boom, right? It was nice. Technically, let's see if we could have made a wedge out of it. I guess we could have. I guess technically we could have had a wedge there as well. Straight up, really, and I guess it did push out. I guess it'll be interesting to see what occurs here. On the preceding zone in one, we pushed out, caught, and just buyers wouldn't quit. All right, interesting. But really along the top line of this zone, huh? So we really, it's a little bit different, but what needs to happen now for us to get up and above, it goes without saying, buyers need to hammer this thing, right? They do. If we can hammer this thing, it would be within the technical expectations that we could still formulate something bullish. Okay, so yeah, we need to, I don't know, I think that's a key comparative that we're doing right now in terms of where we are, the expectations, right? Absolutely. Bitcoin will just surprise you. It will. This trading range seems like it could be really extended, I have to say, right? Because as we would look at this preceding zone here, look at this zone in this area here. We're already past that. We're already past that. Let's just measure this area in here, about 11 days up to the top, about 14 days, 2 weeks. 2 weeks there. Let's do this here. 2 weeks versus we're already at 3 weeks, okay? So a little bit longer. To the extent that we would want to include this preceding zone here, maybe let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if that does match up. But that would be the equivalent. We can go ahead and do it. Not really. We can't. We can't because this is the ABC, right? Up here is the ABC. So this is the C level. This is the third level. Essentially that it's the second tier down move. First tier down move, second tier down move. First tier down move, second tier down move. You see? So, yeah, we've spent a longer period of time here than what seems kind of normal. It just, it makes me think of this area in here. Good part about this area in here, it really yielded some positive results. It absolutely did. Just some chaotic trading. Like you did not want to be involved in a long, right, or in a position right here. Just some really frustrated trading. We traded the heck out of it. The one thing it did is it started to wake people up. People would glance back and Bitcoin was up on a day. Remember that, guys? Absolutely. Bitcoin was up 20% in a period of time during this real frustrating, absolutely frustrating time. And a day and 18 hours is up 24%. Bam, right? A few days later, right? How long was that? 3 days later, it was up what? Well, 3 days later, it was up another 20%. Bam. So there's going to be some opportunities amidst the frustration for some trading, right? We just saw one, right, with the bull flag that we called, etc. This one here, yeah, the bull flag that we called, etc. Down to the first level. Now the amplitude's a little bit smaller. Another thing that I was discussing on you guys, if you guys will remember, if you were watching, one of the things I was discussing was the expectation of the move here. You guys remember that the expectation of the move here versus the expectation of the move here, that this would be smaller. Right? Let's go ahead and measure to the top of the resistance whether or not that proved true. Let's just measure that up. Hold on, wrong tool. Let's get this on. In terms of the expectation there, yeah, 20% move to the top of the preceding zone, and we had 13% to the top there. So we are operating on a smaller scale, okay, in terms of the amplitude, the expectations of the price. Good and bad, maybe. I'd say to the extent, well, I'd say bad to the extent if we're long because we want to repeat those moves, right? Yeah, as you see, it's like bam to the upside. Here's bam, bam, right? Just curled up 1, 2, right? Here's a filtered up kind of a rising kind of just you can call this a ascending wedge that just got beat on different time frames. It'll be a flag, I'm sure. Something bullish, probably a breakout. Bestly, appropriately, I'd say if we were to classify it as a coil or a symmetrical triangle reversal with a double or triple bottom indicated. Okay, on the lines differentiated from the actual candle wicks. On the candles, we have the coil or the symmetrical triangulation. On the lines, we have, there you go, the double, triple or quadruple bottom there. So, what do we got? So we are spending more time here, right? We're spending more time in this region. What do we got here? We got Dino. Hey, what's up, Dino? Merry Christmas, brother. Gala, what's up with Gala? You and me both, huh? You love to hear my opinions. Dang, huh? I was doing some detailed research on Gala today. It's a nice coin. I brought Gala to the group the first day it was listed. And some people didn't get in or not, whatnot. Later on, I'm like, you didn't get in the first day. I was like, did you get in the second day? Right? When it was first listed, like, an amazing investment, right? Gala Games has been really wild. They just did a deal with Under Armour and Stephen Curry for NFTs. How cool is that, huh? Very cool. Very cool. Like Gala, like some of what they got going on. It's pretty cool. It's a good addition to the crypto space, as are a lot of these. Near, I love Near. Cool technology. Looks like it's going to be a great project. Some other Sandbox, of course, we traded heavily. Right on. Yeah, that was a good profit maker on its run up. Rose was kind of hot a few days ago, last couple of days. IOTEX has been kind of green off and on. Yeah, it has been. Phantom. A lot of people made money on Phantom. Yeah, that was a good one. Some of these, they all cycle. It's like, did things cycle or not? We're left with a batch that hasn't cycled. Not severely, not appropriately. Like XRP is still kind of like, come on. XRP is kind of still down there. Doge is like, I'm wondering, is Doge going to cycle? Is XRP going to cycle? Or have they been replaced? I have to ask. I don't know why. Now, Doge apparently is making some. I've heard this. They're going to make some additions or some changes to their model. They're going to potentially have staking. I heard something. I don't know. Don't take that as the rule, okay? But or as solid bedrock word. But I've heard that. I've just heard that. Maybe or maybe not. How about I'll say that? Maybe it'll happen or maybe not. But I've just maybe a rumor or something. How about that? So as we would look at the pricing of Bitcoin, I'm going to let you guys go so you can go trade. I don't want this to turn into a hammer down session and we're busy streaming when we should be trading. I'm going to get in the back with the VIP. If you guys are not VIP, join. You have got to join. We got a good group. James Bond in the house. James, we need you back. I want you back, brother. If you've been away too long, James. It sounds like a movie. James, you've been gone too long. What's going on with you? He's our Australian extraordinaire. He's a good guy. Good guy, good friend. Miss him much. Love you much, brother. As we would look at the market, guys, let's go trade. Go with your accounts. Get busy on things. What we got? No Torque in the house. I was kicked out. I literally watch every stream. No Torque got kicked out. No Torque, DM me, bro. Set up a new Twitter and DM me. I tell people now it's past everything. I tell you, everyone has a disagreement. We're traders, man. We're high intensity. Like you like the cars, you got everything like that. We do, huh? We're like 2,000 RPMs all the time, right? We just are. That's our nature. So it's okay. I know if anyone got kicked out, Merry Christmas. Come on back over. But the only thing I say, I don't allow other people to bring in outside technicals. I do not like people bringing in outside technicals. I literally saw a channel. You guys know this. I probably will have my stream limited for this with all the love in the world. I'll go ahead and say this. I saw someone draw. This was so bad, guys. I saw literally a channel with 500,000 members. And I watch sometimes to see what you guys might be learning incorrectly. Believe it or not, the only reason I can stomach through some of this stuff is to see, is anyone learning anything incorrectly? All right, I mean, or are they applying the incorrect rules? Because I don't want you hanging out in the back if you are. So I'm real strict about do not bring a chart in. I just do that. I'm just like that, right? So as we look at this, check this out. Someone drew a Fibonacci from the top to the bottom and said we were at the golden pocket. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, are you kidding me? You just told 500,000 people, or however you told 100,000 people that? Like, you shouldn't, I don't know. You shouldn't. You should not act that way. Just Anyway. I guess you could draw one sideways if you want to. Technically, I guess you can get into whatever tool you want to. But I saw that, I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no. There's 100,000 people just got uninformed, literally, or misinformed. So bad stuff. So Bitcoin is having a little bit of a challenge. You guys on your indicators, I talked about earlier, never rely on one indicator. Okay. What did we have here? Let's talk about what we just went through here. We had a bearish divergence on the 4-hourly. Okay, that looks like it's kicked in. Bearish divergence on the 4-hourly. All right, this is the MACD tool standardized in TradingView. You can pick that up, guys. Put it on your charts. Bearish divergence on the MACD 4-hourly. Okay. So pick up it would be nice to see like a bullish divergence, something like that. We had a few bullish divergences, though. It's a good thing to talk about in this zone that didn't play out well. Maybe slightly well, but not really a big kick up, right? So don't be over-reliant on any one technical indicator. They will burn you. They will, and then you'll have a story to tell. I don't want you to have a story to tell. I want you to have a positive account. I want your crypto account to be up. That's the idea. So let's, on Bitcoin, this is the key feature. Boom. It fits well right now. Will it require patience? Probably. Is there another gala out there? Probably. Right? Can we find it? Probably. We found AXS, right? As you guys know, like when Bitcoin was in these doldrums, etc., what did we find? AXS that was doing what? Straight to the top. So we will find some additional coins. This is not like quote unquote over at all. But while we're pouring down, I just want to give you guys a little bit of excitement over Christmas and the holidays. That yeah, that's the number one thing on my list right now, is finding us another gala. Okay, Sidus is close. SIDUS, close. It's out there, huh? You guys seen it? Please look at the fully diluted market cap on Sidus. Okay, that's the one thing about Sidus. Look at the fully diluted market cap. That's it. It showed up with what, like $2 billion, $8 billion? I'm not sure what it did, but the total diluted market cap is pretty big. Okay, I've said this a few times. I'm going to get with it now. I'm going to head in the back with the DM Restricted Zone VIP. If you guys are VIP, you're always going to be VIP. DM me. We got into a scuffle, I kicked you out, whatever. It's fine. I think I've been kicked out of a place before. If you haven't been kicked out, you probably, I don't know. I think I've been kicked out. I'll have to think about that. If I have, I'll let you know. Have you? I don't know. You were kicked out. You were banned. What did you do wrong? Huh? Just the only thing the rules are, guys. No outside TA. I don't want anyone else's TA in our group. We're number one. We don't. I don't want that. That's the big deal. What do we got here? Capmatic. What do you got? Huh? What do you got here? Capmatic pull off the near impossible move of the momentum. Yeah. Are you talking about Matic? Huh? Matic. Let's look at Matic real quickly. Everyone wants to know, huh? Can Matic? Because it's right over the top, isn't it? It wants to. That super trend move, huh? It's along the line of resistance. It's pushed it. If we push our line up, it becomes difficult, doesn't it? I know you've looked at everyone's drawn it. Everyone knows, right? It did this, huh? I have so many. I have so many pricing targets from this, and you guys know it went up 200%. It went down 80%. It went back up 200%. In how long, guys? This was in a period of time of 12 days. Within 4 days, up, let's say within a week or so, it was up 200%. Then it was down 80%, right? Just bam to the floor, 80%. Then from there immediately, we were streaming live. Then bam, straight back up 200%. We were live. You should have seen the price action. Literally looked like this. It was literally just like all over the place. We were looking at like this is, we were talking about price action. Everyone understood at that moment like this is price action, because no one's seen a chart look like that. That was unbelievable. So yeah, Matic is currently along. If we go to the candle wicks again, go to those candle wicks. Okay, It's just frustrating along this line of resistance. There are trades there, right? Where's the support? Yeah, support down here. So on the line chart, you do have it throw over on a different time frame. This is just the way the market is right now. It's like it's respecting the candle wicks. I don't know why. It's okay. I use them a lot, but now it's like requiring us to use them. You know, it just is. Candle wicks. And I found different candle wicks on different time frames. I've been like, are you kidding me? Are you trying to tell me TradingView or whoever on Binance that there's a different price achieved on a different time frame on a wick? No, there's not. So if you ever see that, I mean, we need a comment box for TradingView or Binance. But you guys understand when the price goes to a level on one time frame, it still goes there on the other time frame. I've seen that on different charts on the same coin. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like some of these technicals, I'm looking at them like, you know, while it's frustrating, while it's a bit overly technical at times, I'm like, you can't give us different wicks on different time frames. You just can't. That's one thing you can't do. It's impossible. All right, so if you see that, let me know where you see that. I'd appreciate you letting me know which coin you see that on. I've seen it, okay? Just believe it or not, I've seen it. So something to do with their computing or otherwise, but it's having us rely on improper information. We can't be doing that. Absolutely not. We demand better than that. We have to have better than that. So that's literally something I would bring up like directly me with like Binance or something like that, if it's them, or I'll bring it up directly with TradingView for your benefit for the IP. You guys let me know if you find that. I have one or two coins I've seen that on already, but I want to put a list together because that should never happen, or at least their explanation as to how it could happen. So let's look into what is this here on Matic. Potential bull flag. Freddie brings it to the table. Now you have the line of resistance above you. We just went through that. Wouldn't it be nice? It was like, yeah, it would be nice. Move to the upside indicated could be, let's just say, if we can get through the resistance, if you want to charge into a resistance, I hate and I don't hammer into resistance. I just don't like to do it. I've done it before, but I just, I'll do it to kind of prove a point every now and then to lift the resistance earlier on. Sometimes I'll do this with a heavier cash position, like earlier this year, just like cranking in to push the resistance up. I've done that before, just to get, push it up, create a little momentum, get out of the trade quickly, let it calm back down early in the process to give it more room and to lift the resistance. I've done that because then the entire line, if you push up a line here, the entire trend line is up here. So I've done that, but for the most part, it's just if you're looking for a real long position, right, I'll just do that to kind of slam through some trades, kind of trying to adjust the lines a little bit. It's not manipulation. It's just me being a bull, just bam, bam, just hitting into it. And you understand, like the higher, if I crank into this with, if I were to, hammer a $250,000 into this, bam, it's gonna lift this, right? It is. So I'll do that sometimes, just so you know. And other people do it. It's part of trading. Right? Is the bulls. Well, what are the bulls doing? If they do that all the time, we're going up, right? But to do that individually, it's just maybe a style thing. So that's just me. That's how I trade. I like to push these lines higher. Boom, right? So, but that's different, I'll say, than trading into something. If you're really taking a solid position, looking for a real solid trade, something expecting this to complete, you're at the line of resistance. I like the bull flag. Who doesn't like that? Boom, boom, boom. Looking nice, huh? Yeah. It's just been doing this to us, huh? Every nice feature, every nice pattern is like it's up against a line of resistance right now. Bitcoin is, right? Let's go back to Bitcoin. You guys know that. It's true, huh? Most of these are. Bitcoin is. Almost, not almost everything, but just the majority of what I've been reviewing, and I've noticed that over the last day or so that it's been like that. So that resistance has been kicking in. You got it, brother. Got in at 20 cents Australian. Got in at 20. I still have a quarter of a bag left. Oh, do you really, huh? On Matic, huh? I love it, huh? Love it, man. Love it. So impressive, huh? Apollox. Oh, Apollox is another one. Maybe you're talking about Apollox or Matic or something else. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I know James definitely traded Matic. Absolutely. So, yeah, he has a good eye for finding good things. We miss you, brother. James, we got new people too. You haven't met all our people. Freddie, this is awesome. Freddie and James Bond, you guys right there, you guys need to chat right now. You're right there in the comments right now. You guys would get along great. James, Freddie's an awesome guy, and Freddie, James is just he's family. He's literally you guys. Okay. Now I need to go trade. You guys need to chat. You guys, James, hit me up on a DM in the hit me up on a DM on the Twitter if you can. Let's see if we can get you plugged in the back or something, because we miss you, brother. At least over the holidays, something you have some time to chill out, hang out, do something like that. Big red candle on Bitcoin. Glad I came to you guys on a stream talking about this line of resistance, right? And it was going right when the first 10 minutes or so. It was looking like it was having some problems technically, irrespective of things. Let's see if she wants to kick up, guys. What do? We buy at support, right? We sell at resistance, right? We trade our patterns and we be patient, right? It's real easy. We buy at support, sell at resistance, trade our patterns, and be patient, right? We look for those good moving coins. No one's forcing us to trade today. Some of you guys have to, right? Some of you guys, it's going to compel you. You have to keep that money working, whether or not it's on the buy or the sell side. Okay, I did tell you guys something. I told the VIP I was going to tell them about my exchange idea. Okay, I have an idea for an exchange. Okay, the exchange. I'm going to have to tell you, it's going to be game changing. You guys have no idea. It's not even something, okay, I'm going to sound hyped when I talk about it. You have no idea how awesome it's going to be for traders. It's going to be unbelievable. It's not like, oh, well, there's a new way to look at things. Oh, there's a new color theme. Well, there's a new no, guys. This is going to be awesome. Just wait. It's a new exchange idea, a new way of trading. Okay? Just think of how you buy things and you sell things. You go long and you go short. Okay, that right there should plug you into what's going to change on the exchange for the idea I have. You buy things, you sell things. You go long, you go short. What are you doing in the meantime? What are you doing in the meantime? Okay, we're looking for a trade, right? Okay, well, the exchange idea solves the what do you do in the meantime? Okay, because we're always looking for the next trade. Right? Yeah, right. Okay. So I have an idea for an exchange. I have it scoped out, spec'd out, etc. So the idea is going to be you're always buying and then you're selling, right? Yeah. And then you're going long and you're going short. What are you doing in the meantime? Not holding. I'm not talking about holding. No, not holding. That's not the answer. So when you buy, something happens. When you sell, something happens. Okay. So that's a little key feature into it. That's enough that you guys can understand. But when you buy, something happens. When you sell, something happens. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun deal. That's essentially the idea. That's not fully laid out the way that it can be fully laid out for you guys, but it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to bringing you guys the complete idea and seeing how it develops. It's not I know there's this thing, VPAD, VLaunch, everything else that's kind of going on with some other groups or influencers, etc. I'm not an influencer. I don't consider myself an influencer. I don't want to influence people. That's not what I want to do. I want to kind of help try and educate them. I want to help provide a forum for them to professionally interact with each other and to have fun and trade. I don't want to be the influential kind of factor, nor do I really want to be grouped with the quote unquote influencers who aren't really technically sound. So I'm not on a VPAD hunt or anything like that. We'll make more money if we focus on solid technicals. That's my approach. So just so you guys know that. This is my preference. So I'd like to. We're very distinguished in terms of our group dynamic. We're different. We're kind of set apart. We're exclusive for a reason. That's just how we are. That's it. And you guys, a lot of you don't want to deal with the trash out on the internet. There's a lot of it, right? There just is a lot of there's bad people. There's all kinds of stuff out there. So glad we came live to talk about the resistance. Yeah, the resistance and the key feature for entry up and above. I'm still at that key feature for entry up and above. Would still be open to some sort of a channel line formation here, holding some sort of a line. It's going to be, it's going to be a little difficult. We had and what I brought to you guys was that rising wedge, right? Glad I brought that to you. If you watched the other stream, you were prepped for that, weren't you? Absolutely. Now, where was that? I have to find it again. Let's see. We were up and above, rising wedge. There we go. That's where we were, right? They're tricky to find sometimes. You have to think, okay, where was this? Where was that? When everything develops, like, how did we see? What did we see? Yeah, this is what we saw. I live streamed this to you previously, right? Copy that. Bearish rising wedge, right? So we know that's what happened in line with what? In line with probably some orders waiting at the golden pocket and lower Fibonacci's, right? So that's what's going on right now. Give Bitcoin some room. Let's watch her unwind a bit and see if she can formulate something positive in terms of a pattern formation. Let's just give it a little bit of time. I am so excited to have you guys back. The right side looks like a potential right shoulder. The right side looks like a right shoulder. You're looking here on the on this here. In terms of this, potentially, yeah, absolutely, head and shoulders, yeah. Wedge indicated to maybe push it beyond that price target. Let's see here. Nice call. If so, you're at the max right now. That may pick up if that's indicated. I'd go to the lower time frames or to the candle wicks to really get the maximum potential out of that head and shoulders, because you really want to get down into the neckline. And that neckline compounds, doesn't it? Look at that. Glad you brought that up. Way to go, Freddie. Freddie's good. As we look at this, let's dial into what the head and shoulders would look like. It's a little abbreviated with this middle line punch. That's going to be difficult. Huh? It's okay. Let's see. Yeah, max trajectory down. Go to the candle wicks, right? Everything's playing on the wicks right now. Not that it has to. It can play on the lines, or it can disagree with everything. But yeah, that would be a hefty return to prior support, essentially, right? Wouldn't be unheard of for the move right now. So unexciting. I say, well, exciting if you're short, right? So everybody go, and glad that you and Freddie, James, you and Freddie, y'all need to chat. You need to hang out. There's good people in the back. Yeah, some of my favorite people are in this group. How cool is that, huh? That's the truth, huh? How cool, huh? That's awesome, huh? Very cool. Just the truth, too. Genuinely honest comment. Not influencer trying to sell. No, genuinely honest comment here. Some of my favorite people are in this group. How cool, huh? Guys, go get them. Go look at the trades. I'll be in the back in a little while. I'd love to stream for a while, but it's getting late. I want you guys, what do I tell you? Eat well, sleep well, spend time with your family. You guys are VIP family, so I'm glad we got to stream together, but I don't want to be the actual real family dampener if you guys have good family plans, etc. So nice to see some faces in the crowd. Shout out to all you guys. We miss you guys if you're not around. If you got booted from VIP, hey, maybe you know it's time for a new year and a new look at life. DM me. If we got into it in the past, let's let bygones be bygones. We'll just say that was one bad trade. Come on, let's go ahead. Let's see what we got now. I'd love to have you guys in the back. A lot of strong technical things going on in the back, and a lot of learning. A lot of some people have just taken off because they've become full-time traders. I tell people this: they've become full-time traders, and what does that mean? That means that they're trading full-time. Trading full-time. Well, is it, because people think, well, that means I'll just enter a trade, once a week or something. No, when people say I want to trade full-time, get this through your head, right? Just understand this. That means you're trading full-time, right? People don't understand that. So some people have left to go trade full-time. What are they doing all day long? They're trading all day long. They're not entering a position on Monday, and I'm going to make $100,000 this week, and I'll probably do a trade next week or the one after. No, they're trading full-time, right? So that's the whole idea. When you guys do, I'd like to quit my job. I want to trade full-time. Understand what you would be doing full-time. You would be trading, right? People don't understand that. They don't put that together. It's like, no, it's this other life. I got my Ferrari and my new, whatever it would be, right? And I'll just be, I enter a trade, once every couple of weeks. Well, yeah, okay, one day maybe. But till then, you'll be trading full time, right? So anyway, guys, so great to talk to you, have you in the community, etc. This is London. It's a Merry Christmas. It's a Happy Holidays. Regardless where you are or everywhere that you are. And guys, we're just so excited. This whole year has been just great. It's been a big blessing to have you guys in and around. It means a lot to me that you guys will be here tonight. Go be with your families. Take care of yourself. And take care of your trades. We'll be in the back. DM exclusive VIP in the back. And guys, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. This is London.